Hey Justin, how are you?
What's up, Manny? How's it going, man?
Things are going well. How's your day going so far?
Good. Just got home from playing taxi with
Oh,
kids.
yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. How's everybody doing this summer so far?
Uh, aside from, you know, just life issues, everybody's good. My son broke his foot about 2 weeks ago,
Oh wow.
and so we take him back on Friday to see if he gets that cast off. So we're hoping for it. Hey, Tom,
Well, what happened with his foot?
bruh, he and his sister were playing, and she jumped on his back, and he shifted his weight backward to try to compensate and just broke the bone.
Ah, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. All right, well look, let's use this time to really talk about this amazing gift that you have inside of you. Um, and tell me more about this, Justin, 'cause people need to hear about it.
Well, I guess just for a formal introduction, my name is Justin Belt. I'm a motivational mindset coach. My purpose is to take motivated men and women and provide them with mindset strategies that help them achieve their success and prosperity, however you choose to define it. My mission is to help you accomplish those things. And so I'm going to say up front, too, that I was able to get to this point because of that guy above me right there, Manny. God has used him in such a tremendous way in my life that I probably wouldn't be here at this point if Manny hadn't been there to coach me up and gas me and challenge me and all the other stuff, all the other things that come with that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so tell us really what is a motivational mindset coach?
So essentially, the motivational part of it is that, you know, for my clients, I believe in your gift. I believe in your talent. And I see that when we are together, one of my primary things is to let you know that I have the confidence in you that you may not have in yourself at this point. Um, and one of the biggest things that holds us back, man, is just the way that we think.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm,
our thinking can be so foul and so anti us that
mm,
really what we have to be freed from is not necessarily the environments and the situations that we're in. First, we have to be free from ourselves because it's almost like we have these two minds that
mm,
are working within us, right? We have the one mind that is filled with confidence and knows just how great I am, but then there's this other mind that as soon as something new is introduced into the equation, it's that mind that is trying to protect you by telling you, oh, this may be a risk, this may be too dangerous, you probably shouldn't do this. And while that part of your mind can have a role in keeping you from doing something stupid like jumping off of a bridge with no parachute, in many situations it does more harm than good when there are things that we're being called to do
mm,
uh, that we're just afraid to step out and do.
mm,
So when I work with clients, I tell them we're going to free you from you,
mm,
because if we can eliminate that part of you that's holding you
mm,
back, then I believe that there's really nothing else
mm,
in this world that can stop you from accomplishing everything that you're here
mm,
to do.
It's getting juicy already, y'all. So, Justin, you said you're gonna help us free us from us. That's it. That's that secret sauce because it goes right in line with everything that I talk about us getting out of our own way, and it's usually this stinking thinking that has allowed us to stay in this place. Like I'll never forget. This is a funny story, but it's so relevant, Justin. I was at the store probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I told my daughter, Savannah, I said, yeah, Daddy's gonna get some hot sauce, but I can't get this Red Devil one because, it got the devil on it. So she said, and I promise you, in my head, I was dead serious, right? She freed me from this thinking because she said, "Well, Daddy, if that matters that much to you, just tear off the label, and you just got a bottle of hot sauce. Like you don't have to have
Oof.
the." And I said, "You're right, baby girl." Now, me and with my intelligent self, like I'm like, "You're right. Why didn't I ever think about that?" And this is why I pinned it at the bottom, Justin. Information changes situations because when we get exposed to a different way of thinking, it literally can transform everything. And so now we have been thinking this certain way for the longest time, but now we're exposed to new data, new information. So, like, think about the time of like 2020 when a lot of families are struggling, people are losing their jobs, and then we hear about the STEMI check. Information just changed the situation because we're like, oh, shoot, you mean to tell me the check is on its way, it's coming? So
Right.
now there's this sense of joy and excitement that I have inside because I'm about to get this $600. I'm about to, oh, how many kids I got? Oh, shoot, this is about to be a nice check now. You know what I'm saying? Like, information changes situation.
Yeah, it does.
It
Till they
really
tell you
does.
they want it back.
Come on. But I think that, to your point about like the way that we think, if we can get rest so much easier. When we can start showing up in a genuine way on social media, really presenting our gifts like you do, then the guesswork is taken out of it of, I wonder who's gonna like me and who's gonna do this. Like, no, just you're making yourself findable simply by showing up. But go talk your talk, Justin. We listening.
So, and here, I think this is one of the biggest areas where you helped me from a confidence and from a mindset piece. Uh, you told me to just show up,
Mm,
and the more that I started doing lives, of course, since school has been out, I can't do them every day like I was doing it during the school year. But
mm,
the more that I began to show up on lives and not care if anybody was on,
mm,
but just to get off my chest what I've been thinking about, or, you know, a funny story that happened, or, something that my kid taught me, like your daughter taught you, just tear the label off.
yes.
Um, it just showing up, it is beneficial for you, number one, because you begin to understand what your brand is. Because I can look back in my lives and I can see these are the things that I talk about all the time.
Mm, mm,
Freedom, being a lion slayer, being courageous, having confidence. You establish your brand within yourself
yes.
before you put it out to anybody else. That way, as you are preparing yourself beforehand, when people finally see, I'm gonna take your words, how dope you are, when
Yep.
people finally see it, you know within yourself that you have something concrete and firm that you can help them accomplish. And again, it doesn't matter who all tells you no.
Mm,
It doesn't matter how many people jump into your life and jump right back out. It doesn't matter how many people say, "Oh no, I'm not going to take your course; it's too expensive."
mm-hmm.
It don't matter. The only thing that matters is that one person who says, "Yeah, I'm rocking with you. Let's go. I believe." Now, let's work. Let's work. Let's work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Mm-hmm.
it's that shifting
Mm-hmm.
in how you see yourself. And like your daughter said, that was brilliant. Rip the label off. So
Mm-hmm.
many of us, we have so many labels that we have placed on ourselves and that we have
Mm-hmm.
allowed other people to place on us. And I think that was
Mm-hmm.
inspired. We got to rip those labels off
Mm-hmm.
so that people can see what's really in the bottle.
Mm. That thing could preach. I didn't even realize that thing could preach the way you preaching.
Bruh,
That thing will preach right there. Rip the label off.
rip the label
Daddy,
off.
can you just please just rip the label off, Dad?
Yeah.
Just entrepreneur, we talking to you right now. I'm all in your face. I'm about to get real all in the camera. Can you just rip the label off? Just rip it off.
Get them.
Because maybe that's that thing that's been stopping you this whole time is like what's on the outside. So you literally know that you should be walking in your gift, but you're like, but what about this label? Rip it off. And here's something that y'all probably didn't know. This guy Justin that you're looking at, he's a minister as well. That's why he got that preach up in him. So when you hire him as a coach, you're not just getting this philosophy and this construct that he's created. You are literally also getting a man of God that's about to hold your hand through this process. And sometime he gonna preach. Sometime the word of God is gonna come out. Sometime he gonna be talking about King Jesus. And Justin, I wanted to touch on something that you had said. I hope I can remember the point. I don't forgot, but it was something that you said right before you was talking about that analogy about ripping it off, about like us being inside of our own way, and there was a scripture attached to that, and I forgot. I said I was gonna remember, but I forgot it. But go on, keep talking.
Well, listen, the Bible, God tells us to have, let this mind be in us that was also in Christ,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if we are created in the image of God, and we're to have, God is literally telling us, if Jesus had my mindset, you need to have my mindset as well.
Mm-hmm.
In Jesus's mindset, there is nothing that cannot be accomplished. Like
Mm-hmm.
impossible is not a thing. In Jesus's mindset, I think it, I can create it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Jesus's mindset, there is no lack. Yet in our human experience, even if there is, we have been given the tools to greatly affect how much that affects us. And I'll tell you, man.
Yeah.
I've told you about some of the struggles that we're having right now. But I will also tell you, Manny, that in these struggles, I have never been more productive with
Mm-hmm.
producing content.
Mm-hmm.
Like man, I have created a daily mindset check-in form that anybody can click on my link tree. You can download that thing for free. I have created a 5-day mindset reset journal. And my wife was looking at me the other day. She was like, babe, you were just in hyper creation mode right now. It's like, babe, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
having the mindset of God. You really understand. I have all of this in me. God has put all of this in me. But because of the way that I have framed myself,
Mm-hmm.
I've locked it up. It's like your kids coming downstairs on Christmas morning, right? And you have all these gifts wrapped all over the living room, and you're just ready to sit back
Mm-hmm.
and watch them just rip it open. Because as a dad, I love that point where they just rip it open and make the big mess. I don't care
Yeah.
about the mess. I
Yeah.
want to see you look and see what I got for you.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of ripping the gifts open, the kid stands there and says, I don't deserve to open these gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't clean my room, so I don't feel like like I've earned, these gifts that you've placed for me.
Wow.
And as a father, I'm like, no, you're my child. I want you to have this. I want you to use this. And
Yes.
I love that analogy because so many of us are leaving gifts in boxes wrapped up. And God is like pacing, just like, will you open it up already? Because
Mm-hmm.
when you open this box, when you unwrap this paper, I am literally unwrapping your life. I am literally unboxing your gift, and I am allowing you to flow in something that you think is greater than you are because you really don't understand who you are.
Mm. That's good. That is good. That is good. And it's like my thing is always that question of what would happen if we finally did realize how amazing we were? That's scary
Mm,
because in our finite minds, we might have to struggle with a little bit of arrogance and pride. Like, wait a minute, guy, you mean that I'm that incredible? Oh, yeah, always meant I can do anything but fail? Yeah. There is no lack in my life? No. But why is there a lack in my life? Because you created it. I didn't create that. Who wants lack? You created that with your mind, the way you were thinking. So, son, daughter, if I can get you to be thinking differently, I guarantee that all the success will come your way because it's literally on that level of thinking that all the success is. But as we think lower than what we really are, then now we're competing with thoughts that are very antithetical to who God is.
Yeah, yeah. And see where failure comes into this, the only failure that there is in giving up.
Mm,
All this other stuff that we frame as failure, I didn't get the job. I didn't get the client. I
mm,
didn't get the contract. That's not failure
nope,
because you're still trying. As
nope.
long as you have it in your head that no matter what the outcome is, whether they choose to give me the job or not, whether the client chooses to book with me or not, that's not up to me. What's up to me is to present myself in the best
Mm,
light possible, to
mm,
present what I have to offer in the best light possible. And regardless of what happens at that point, I win because I've shown up and I've been authentic and I've been transparent and I've been honest and I've presented my gifts and I've presented my talents. So when I do that, entrepreneur, when you do that, you win and you are
mm,
building up a bank of winning that will come due in the right
mm,
season.
mm,
Like if you're not seeing it bear fruit right now, it's not the season for it. It's
mm,
the season for you to be sowing seeds and
mm.
developing yourselves and hiring that coach or taking that course. But when the season comes, when God shifts that season and he sees that you've been sowing and you've been doing all of these different things and he sees that you are ready, he will flip that script so fast and you will find yourself so booked. You will find yourself so busy that that 9 to 5 you're working, you'll be
Mm,
blowing that away.
mm, mm. Hope y'all catching this stuff. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. And it's literally by you just showing up and doing something different than what you're doing right now. And yes, it's uncomfortable simply because you've never done this before. You're literally going into territory you've never been before. It's like you've been taking a road trip, you go to this strange city, and you have to ask people around, like, hey, where do I get to the where do I get this at? No, this is
Yeah.
like way before Justin, they had cool things like Google and I could find these different restaurants real easy. I can go on Instagram and see. I'm talking about
We
like
had MapQuest.
MapQuest back in the day, right? Where you would print out the MapQuest and you would have the papers in your car trying to go step by step on how to
Mm-hmm.
get there. But you get into this new territory, and the people that's already there, you got to ask them questions because they've been there. They know where the stuff is. They know how to get to it real easy. And this is the important part, y'all, about hiring a coach. You're not hiring a coach simply to put another $100, whatever dollars into this person's pocket. This is for your life to be changed. This is for your business to be improved, for things to go to the next level because we are where you're trying to go. Now, there are some areas within your life that you are way more experienced in Justin than I am. I wouldn't even know how to do certain things that you know how to do because you're so talented and gifted. The only difference between you and me and Justin is that we finally stepping up and walking into our gift. That's the only difference, that we're confident in ourselves enough to share this amazing gift, to actually go help somebody. And maybe you've been a little bit too stingy with your gift. What if when Andrew rode up on the young boy that had the fish and the loaves and said, hey, you know what? We need to feed all these people. Would you mind giving us the stuff? Because Jesus wants to bless it and multiply it. Is that possible? I can have your son? No. What are you talking about? Like, no, you can't have my mama was the only smart mom that actually packed me a lunch for the day. All of y'all moms ain't thinking about y'all. I'm eating it. I don't know about y'all. Y'all just gonna be hungry all day. But my mama packed me some stuff, and I'm keeping this for me.
Right.
Come on, yo, that would be ridiculous. And I
Right.
think that now it's time to stop being stingy with your gift. You know that you have this talent, but you're not sharing it with the world.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of you guys, I told this to a client earlier today, Justin, that you know that God has given you this worldwide ministry. You know that you've been inside a church and it was prophesied on your life that you would have a worldwide ministry. You got it right here on Instagram. But instead of you talking and helping people, you like, no, I'm waiting on the worldwide ministry. I'm supposed to be speaking on stages all over the world.
Man.
This your stage right here all over the world.
Man, say it. Say it, say it, say it. Um, man, we allow our self-limiting beliefs. We allow those limiting beliefs just to feast, brother. It's like we're wearing a shirt that says free buffet
Jeez.
for limiting beliefs.
Mm.
Um, and that's why because for so long, man, I thought that this was work that I could do by myself, just me and Jesus,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Um, all this talk about coaches and consultants, like I didn't need that. I didn't need it. But if I didn't need it, how come it took me so long to get out of my own way?
Mm.
And see, it's not about hiring the coach, right? It's about getting to a point where if I don't invest in myself, if I don't do something different, then I'm literally going to go out of my mind because I'm going to leave this earth with
Mm.
all of this potential still
Mm.
in me trying
Mm.
to bubble to the surface. I'm going
Mm.
to leave this earth and all of the people that God has assigned to be reached through me, they're still not going to be reached. Like
Mm.
it is of the we have to invest in ourselves. The Bible tells us to work out our own soul salvation with fear and trembling. That means that we have a responsibility
Mm.
to maximize everything in this
Mm.
life that God has given you. He's given you the gift. He's not gonna he's not going to maximize it for you. There
Mm.
is development that you have to do, that you have to take responsibility for in your own life in
Mm.
order to accomplish the full measure of what God wants you to
Mm.
accomplish.
That's so good. That's so good.
And man, when when I finally got sick and tired of getting in my own way, that's when I saw you in the clubhouse room.
Mm.
And I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is the guy that God has for me to help me navigate this, to help me get some clarity, to help me make some essential shifts in my life. And man, it's been a completely different existence, even to the point when you told me, bro, it's time for you to launch. I
Mm.
had no qualms about
Mm.
it. I felt ready. I felt like we
Mm.
always talk about taking the next right step. Like, don't worry about
Mm.
on down the line. Don't worry about the end product. But what's the process for right now? Like,
Mm.
what's the next right step, God? Left, right, or straight?
Mm. Mm.
I commit to follow. If you just tell me left, right, or straight, I will go there and I will trust that you will handle the end product
Mm.
as long as I am faithfully in love with the process. And, as a result of being obedient and following that process and us hooking up, um, Manny, my outlook is different, man. My
Mm.
outlook is different. Even though I'm going back to teach in the fall, at some point in the next couple of years, that won't be something that I have to do anymore.
Mm.
And so I'm sitting here and, I'm excited because what God has done through this connection, all of the shifts that I've been able to make in my own life through an investment in myself, um, and working with you, that is enabling even people that you don't reach directly to
Mm.
be in to
Mm.
be impacted by the work that you've done
Mm.
through me. And so here's something that I
Mm.
also want to tell anybody who's listening right now. You can't reach everybody. But when you share your gift with the people that you can reach,
Mm.
that reach becomes exponential, it becomes generational, and it becomes eternal.
Mm. This is good, Justin. This is really, really good. And what I love what you're saying is that it really brings that scripture to mind. You'll do greater works. Because Jesus, with his smart self, realized that he wasn't going to be on this earth longer than 33 years. So he
Mm-hmm.
said, I need to plant some seeds into the right people because they're going to be able to touch these people I could never touch.
Yeah.
They're gonna be able to hear from a Justin, and they weren't gonna hear from a Jesus. But that's Jesus. What are you talking about? That Justin's better than Jesus? They not gonna be able to hear from a Jesus the way they was gonna hear from a Justin, because God literally put someone's breakthrough inside of his mouth. And
Right.
yes, it was God using Justin as an instrument to give that person a breakthrough. But he
Right.
used that mouth. Just like some people love the sound of a saxophone versus a violin. They hear a
Mm-hmm.
violin and like, it's annoying, it hurts my ears. But when they hear that saxophone, it make them close their eyes and relax.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And y'all, you were literally missing out on the rewards of what it feels like of you helping to impact somebody's life. I just got done telling a close friend of mine the other day, Justin, that watching and looking at these reviews on the Better Business Bureau, like 30 positive reviews of people saying all of these great things about me and my program and my team, that feels so much better than $1 million, bro.
Mm.
Like, just reading them is just like, Lord, you really allowed me to impact that person, that they wanted to write that about me. God, thank you. And yo, I'm telling you, it's the impact for me. Like, it feels so good. I would never replace that. So being able to do a live video might seem scary, but it's electrifying the work that you're about to put out and help somebody else. And it's only a matter of time that when you're helping people, that you're going to get paid handsomely for that. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. You are only hindered by what you can imagine and what you can believe for.
Mm, that's it. That is it. That is
Yeah.
it. All right, bro. Well, look, this has been absolutely amazing. Make sure everyone click this arrow right at the top. Y'all go follow Justin. He be dropping some heat. He goes live. He give you some stuff, y'all. Y'all watch the beginning of this video all the way to the end. I'm gonna put it on my page as well. But peace and blessings, everybody. Again, thank you, Justin, for your time.
Appreciate you, Manny. Thank you, man.
All right, talk to y'all soon. Peace.